Hello and welcome to Cultural Apologists React for today, September 30th, 2024. This is an AI-generated podcast based directly on the writings of the Christian cultural apologists discussed, but like all AI, it can make mistakes. In the news today, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Meta, has undergone a significant transformation in public perception over the years. He's no longer seen as an unapproachable and tech-obsessed individual, but rather as someone who exudes confidence and swagger. His new style, which includes wearing chain necklaces and sporting a curly hairstyle reminiscent of TikTok influencers, has helped him to appear more approachable and youthful. Zuckerberg's stylistic rebranding is not just about personal taste, it also serves a business purpose. His company, Meta, has seen significant success with its hardware products, such as the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses and partnerships with major fashion houses like Balenciaga and Prada. As a result, Zuckerberg wants to project an image that's more appealing to the masses. The article highlights how Zuckerberg's public persona has evolved over time, from being seen as unapproachable to becoming almost hot. His desire for self-reinvention is driven by his ambition to be seen as the architect of a digital civilization that's timeless and enduring. This is reflected in his use of Latin mottos on his shirts, such as Aut Zuc aut Nihil, which translates to either Zuck or nothing. The article also touches on Zuckerberg's role within Meta, where he holds significant control over the company's governance and has a win-at-all-costs mentality. This is reminiscent of ancient Roman emperors who wielded absolute power. Ultimately, Zuckerberg's rebranding efforts are aimed at solidifying his image as the supreme leader of Meta, an empire without which there would be nothing. As he continues to grow in power and influence, it's essential to remember that consequences matter little to him so long as victory is his, however he looks. The article also mentions Zuckerberg's personal life, including his honeymoon in Rome with wife Priscilla Chan and the naming of their second daughter, August. This adds a human touch to the narrative and highlights how Zuckerberg's ambitions are not just about business, but also about legacy. Overall, the article provides a nuanced portrayal of Mark Zuckerberg's transformation from a tech-obsessed individual to a confident and influential leader who exudes power and ambition. Commentary: The Emperor's New Image: How Mark Zuckerberg's self-reinvention reflects the corrupting influence of power. As we behold Mark Zuckerberg's transformed public persona, it's tempting to view his stylistic rebranding as a mere indulgence in personal flair. But scratch beneath the surface, and you'll discover a far more insidious dynamic at play, one that speaks to the very marrow of power and ambition. Sayers' notion that there is no such thing as a perfect crime, there are only crimes that have not yet been discovered, serves as a fitting framework for understanding Zuckerberg's calculated efforts to reinvent himself. Like a masterful conjurer, he has expertly manipulated his public image, shedding his early reputation as an unapproachable tech obsessive in favor of a more approachable, youthful, and swaggering persona. This metamorphosis is less about genuine self-discovery than it is about projecting an image that's palatable to the masses, a calculated move designed to conceal the true nature of his ambitions. As Sayers astutely noted, the most important thing in life is to learn how to give out love and let it come in. But Zuckerberg's rebranding efforts seem to operate under a different paradigm altogether, one that prioritizes power and control above all else. His company, Meta, has become an imperium without which there would be nothing, with Zuckerberg wielding absolute authority over its governance. This is reminiscent of ancient Roman emperors who ruled with an iron fist, their ambition and influence unchecked by consequence or compassion. Consider Zuckerberg's use of Latin mottos on his shirts, Aut Zuc aut Nihil, which translates to either Zuck or nothing. This phrase speaks to the very heart of Sayers' critique of capitalism, that those in power will stop at nothing to maintain their grip, crushing any opposition beneath their heel. In this sense, Zuckerberg's rebranding efforts are not merely about projecting a personal image, but also about solidifying his status as supreme leader, an emperor without whom Meta would be reduced to nothing. Sayers' words of wisdom on the nature of self-deception: I am no longer young, and I find myself growing increasingly aware of the fact that other people's characters are not always what they seem to be, serve as a timely reminder that appearances can be deceiving. Beneath Zuckerberg's confident exterior lies a more complex, calculating individual driven by an insatiable hunger for power and influence. In this light, it's striking to consider Sayers' notion that laughter is the best medicine. For in the midst of Zuckerberg's calculated self-reinvention, there's an undercurrent of desperation, a sense that his very identity is at stake. Like the protagonist of Have His Carcass, who must navigate the complexities of human relationships with humor and humility, Zuckerberg's efforts to rebrand himself serve as a testament to the fragility of power and the importance of self-awareness. Ultimately, Zuckerberg's transformation reflects the corrosive influence of power on our humanity, an empire-building mentality that reduces individuals to mere pawns in a game of winner takes all. As Sayers so astutely observed, there is no such thing as a perfect crime, only those that remain undetected. In this sense, Zuckerberg's rebranding efforts serve as a warning. Beware the emperor's new image, for beneath its surface lies a far more sinister reality, one that threatens to consume us all. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Cultural Apologists React. Be sure to come back tomorrow for a new take on the day's news from the standpoint of Christian cultural apologetics.